In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get the maximum amount of profit out of the new Syndicate Battle Pass. So first things first, we're going to briefly explain how the Battle Pass works just for the players that are kind of new. So basically, when there's a Battle Pass, you have two different choices. You can do the free pass, which obviously is free. It's not going to cost you any money or any gold. You can play the game and earn items from the free pass. And then there's the gold pass. The gold pass you have to buy. This one, you can either do 1,500 gold or 13 USD or whatever currency you guys are in to buy the gold pass. If you plan on taking a couple days off from the game and you're not able to grind out all of the missions, then the gold pass with 10 levels might be a good choice so that you can still get all of the items, but you don't have to play all of the missions if you don't want to. Personally, I'm going to do the 13 USD. All right, so there we go. I've spent the $13. Now I get the gold pass and we've unlocked our Syndicate weapons case, a sticker pack, and we've got our medal. So the reason I did that is because if we go to the shop, it's cheaper to spend $13 than it is to spend 1,500 gold. It makes a little bit of sense. You can save a little bit of money. So it's cheaper to get the battle pass with currency versus with gold. For those of you guys that can do it, I would recommend doing that because you'll save a little bit of money. Okay, so now that we have the gold version, the battle pass, now we get access to all of the items. So if you're a free-to-play player, the best way to maximize profit is basically you're going to grind, complete all of the daily missions and the weekly missions, get as many items as you can, and then sell them on the marketplace. Not right away, but usually a couple days to a couple weeks after the battle pass is finished and the items get listed on the marketplace. Now, as a free pass player, you only are going to be able to get crates. These you can probably just open and sell the skins for gold. You're gonna get coins, so you can open a lot of cases and try to do either trade ups or just sell the skins on the marketplace. You're also gonna be able to get the Syndicate box, but most of the time you're gonna end up opening temporary items from this. So I would recommend taking this box, saving it, and then selling it on the marketplace afterwards. Same thing goes for the graffiti and the sticker boxes, but it doesn't look like you guys on the free pass are gonna be able to get any of the bigger cases. And also, if you want to get the item that everyone wants at the end, which is the knife case, you're gonna have to buy the gold pass. With that being said, pretty much the same story for those of you guys on the gold pass. You're gonna wanna save all of these items. The ones that you can open are the regular cases, so the Dynasty, Fable, Revenge, and Chameleon. You do get a couple of these throughout the pass, but everything else I would recommend just waiting and then selling it on the marketplace once the items are listed there after the pass completes. So let's talk about how you actually level up your pass. So if you click on the pass, you're gonna see in the top, we have missions. Now there's daily missions and there's weekly missions. You're gonna wanna try to complete as many of these as possible. Doing the missions every single day is gonna help you a lot with the other item that we're gonna talk about in a second. Basically, if you buy the gold pass, or if you have the free pass, if you complete the daily missions and you complete all of the weekly missions by the end of the pass, you will be able to reach at least level 75. No matter if you're on the free pass or the gold pass, you will be able to get basically the silver medal. That's pretty much how it's worked for most of the battle passes. And unless you buy additional levels, typically you're able to get like a couple levels past whatever the main item is. So in this case, it's the knife case. So if you grind out all the missions, you'll be able to get probably the silver coin and maybe a couple levels past this. Okay, so something new that they've introduced with this update is the trophy shop. So this is only going to be available for the first half of the Syndicate Battle Pass, and this is where you're going to want to grind a little bit more, and you're going to have to complete daily missions, which gives you 5 tokens, weekly missions, which gives you 25 tokens, and for each gold pass mission, if you have the gold pass, you get 100 tokens. So basically, if you go to missions, so what you're going to want to do is, regardless of if you're on the free pass or the gold pass, you're going to want to complete all the daily missions and all the weekly missions, at least for the first half of this battle pass. After the trophy shop event is over, it doesn't matter so much if you want to do the daily missions or not. You still should if you want to get as high as possible on the battle pass and maximize the amount of gold that you can get at the end. But it's really important to do it because these tactical boxes are probably going to be worth a good bit on the market afterwards. They have a couple stickers in them, a charm, and what everyone really wants, which is the AWM Moonstone. So this is probably going to be a pretty expensive item, and the case or the tactical box will probably be worth a good amount of gold as well, only because it's very rare that players are going to grind enough to actually get it. And on top of that, if we do some quick maths here, okay, so if you complete all of the daily missions and all of the weekly missions and all of the weekly gold pass missions, by the end of the trophy shop event, you should be able to get 1,450 tokens, which would mean that you can buy 2 of these Syndicate tactical boxes. But in order for that to happen, you can't miss any of the daily missions, you can't miss any of the weekly missions, and you have to buy the gold pass. So this box will be extremely rare once it gets on the market because, first of all, just the conditions that have to be met for you to be able to buy them is pretty limited, and there's basically only 1 or 2 boxes that each player could get. And on top of that, the chances of getting the AWM Moonstone is only 0.2%. So the AWM is going to be an extremely valuable gun, which means that once this tactical box is released on the marketplace, it should be pretty valuable. So really, I think this might be the most important item to get for this battle pass, other than, of course, obviously the knife box, because we get the M9 Moonstone, which is also pretty desirable. That's pretty much the plan. I'm going to be grinding the daily missions and trying to maximize the amount of tokens I can get from the trophy shop so that we can get the tactical box. And then we're going to just sit on our items and wait until the items get released on the marketplace. So another tactic that you can use, and this might be valuable for the free-to-play players as well, is once you sell your items on the marketplace, reinvesting into items from the past can be a great way to actually double up and make more gold and make the past more profitable in the long run. So if we come to my inventory, you can see that I still have all of my items from the Gambit collection. I sold these items on my other account, but what I did do is take that gold and I reinvested it into some of the lower tier skins that I really liked. So I have a bunch of Desert Eagle Gambits, and I have a bunch of the Gambit charms. So basically what you can do is complete the pass, sell all of your items from the past, and then reinvest the gold into the items from the past that you think are going to go up in value. I personally would recommend choosing some of the lower tier weapons that still look really good. For me, for the Syndicate collection, I would look at anything above the M4. So I think the M4 will be good, the Akimbo Uzi Yokai will be good, Tech 9 Blossom will be good. Obviously the Mallard, since it's a new weapon with not a lot of skin choices, this one could be valuable as well. The MP7 is all right. This one's pretty decent. And then obviously if you can afford it, the AK-47 is almost guaranteed over the long run to be a valuable skin. A lot of players use blue and purple inventories, and this is a great choice for that as well. If we look at some of the other options, we've got the sticker pack. Honestly, historically, the battle pass stickers themselves tend to do pretty good. So here you have the Syndicate sticker. This is the sticker for the battle pass, the one that has the Syndicate emblem. This will be a good one. Honestly, these kind of stickers, the Koi and the tattoo, the Oni tattoo, the Koi tattoo, and the Kiku tattoo, I would probably avoid these. I don't know. I don't think these are very good. The heavy is a potential option. The pufferfish swap is good because there's a lot of cool combos and people like the kind of animated stickers. I personally like this one. I like the authority sticker. This orchard shine is also going to be really popular because it matches perfectly with the new AK-47. And then we have the reflex sticker, which I think is really, really cool. And this is probably the best reflex sticker that they've made in recent updates. And then of course we have the Kogasumi, which is slightly animated, but this is also a really cool sticker, and I think this one will be popular as well. When we get to the charms, again, the Syndicate items themselves tend to do pretty well. The charms is really personal taste. I like to avoid the blockier, bigger charms like this one. The knife might be interesting, probably not this one. The Octo Chef, this one's pretty cool as well, so that might be a good choice. The Blossom, I don't think so. The Noodle Friend is probably a good one as well. Also, the Syndicate Gold Charm, definitely a good option. This cat as well, it's kind of like funny looking, the Street Boss. This guy might be worth it. And you've got like the Dev, Dyson. This might be a good option as well. And then the Drift King, which is not my favorite charm, but because it's so rare, I think a lot of people will actually like this charm as well. So that is if you guys follow these steps, you should be able to come out on top. Historically, most of the passes have been profitable. For example, if you buy this pass for 13 USD or for 1500 gold, you should be able to make more than that if you hold the items or if you reinvest right off the bat. And I think that this trophy shop, the tactical box, is going to be a big piece of that. So if you can get 2 of these tactical boxes, I think you should be able to, if you wait for the right time to sell, make profit on this pass, and it should be pretty good. I honestly think that this is probably the best pass as far as making gold on, because all of the items look really good. That's my plan. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stick around. We've got more Syndicate and Standoff 2 content coming very soon. I'll have another video on the screen that you can watch right here, and I'll see you guys over in that one. So go click on this video and I'll catch you over there. All right, peace.